All right, here's how I sell 3 GoHighLevel features to make over $164,000 every single month in recurring revenue. That is subscription revenue. My net revenue is 165.1, gross 181. I'm going to refresh this, and then I'm selling this for $500 per month. So you might think, oh, that's like a ton of clients, but it's actually not as many as you'd think. And then, so again, refreshed. That's my WAP. And here you can see I'm selling it for basically $500 per month, 500 a month, 500 a month, 500. Sometimes we'll do a bigger package, 1,000 or 2,000 a month, but for the most part, our base package is 500 a month. So yeah, now how do we do this? Let's jump over to my Miro presentation, and I'm going to show you how. There's nothing like drinking a good coffee out of a mason jar. It's just... wow. Anyways, okay, so I sell 3 services. Now, you got to stick with me because it's not about the services that I sell, but it's how I sell them, who I sell them to, and how I attract leads that is going to make this video so useful for you. So first, I like to put the Ai Receptionist up here because I use it as a lead magnet, and then I basically will upsell the websites or Google reviews, but I also sometimes won't upsell. Sometimes I'll just give them away for free because the more I give the business, the more the business is stuck with me. If I give the business an Ai Receptionist, they're probably not going to churn, but they still easily could. Like, they can go get someone else or a different Ai Receptionist. But if I give them a website too, ooh, that's a little difficult to leave. It's hard to leave your website. It's a little more sticky. And then if I give you Google reviews and SEO, search engine optimization, if my agency is your receptionist, your website, your Google reviews, your Google management, your SEO optimization, your placement on Google, you're super glued to me. You can't leave me. And that's why my churn is so good. And right here, I'm going to show you the only 3 things you need to be able to do this are get people to book calls onto your calendar, and then you need to sell them the service. Like, the people who booked a call into your calendar interested in the service, you actually have to sell them the service. And then once you sell them the service, you have to fulfill the service. Obviously, the fulfillment and retainment is very important. And a part of that fulfill and retainment is me actually giving them the website and Google reviews for free, right? That is the retainment part. That's how I retain them, because I epoxy them to my agency so that they can never leave. Because this business model is great, because if you get 210 book calls or 7 book calls a day, which I'm going to show you how in a second, you'll get 210 book calls a month. If you close at a 40% rate, which I can show you how to close at like a 25 to 30% just right off the bat without getting better, you'll get like 70 to 80 clients every single month. And if you get 80 clients a month at $497 a month, you'll make roughly $43,000 a month in recurring revenue. Now, that's all great, but it's no different from drop shipping or trading or Forex or Amazon FBA. If these clients all leave you after the next month, then it's all a one-time payment. That's why the retainment part and this part, giving them the website and the Google reviews, is so important, because I want this 40,000 for years. I want it to hit my bank every single month. I want it to be able to stack. I want to do 40,000 this month, and then 40,000 next month, and be at 80,000 a month, and then 2 months after that be at 160,000 a month. Now, zero churn's impossible, but it's a means to an end type of thing. Let's get it as far as we can, and then then we don't have to hyper focus on it so much. All right, well, there's my long-winded introduction, but I think that was all necessary. So now, how do we get the book calls? And then I'm going to show you how to sell the service and then fulfill and retain. So I'm showing you everything, breaking it all down, not going to gatekeep a single thing. So first off, how do we get the book calls? Well, we'll jump down here. Phase 1, how to get book calls. There's 3 ways we're going to do this. You could even add a few more in here, but Facebook groups, AI content, paid ads, right? Now up here, you could add cold calling. You could add people right? I would even say, I'm going to add some sticky notes here. So I'm even going to add these sticky notes right here so you can sort of put them within these other 3. So we have inner sphere, we have Facebook groups, AI content, paid ads, and cold calling. Now, these are all really good. Now, your inner sphere, what is this? Your inner sphere is people it's the low-hanging fruit in your life. All the business owners your family, your friend, your nail salon, or your barber who you go to every 2, 3, 4 weeks, see every month, have a good relationship with. These are the people in your life who you're already in, and if they are a business owner or own some sort of business, everyone knows someone who runs a construction business. I feel like everyone knows a handyman or a plumber or someone within your inner sphere, your inner circle. So go to them first, because you can get them, and then you can push referrals, and that's really powerful, and get some testimonials. Next, you have cold calling. If you're a dog and you just want to get clients, cold call 150 people a day. It'll take you 3 hours to do, and you will get people to book onto your calendar. Now, the high leverage skills here are the Facebook groups, AI content, paid ads. So if you're posting in 20 Facebook groups a day, getting people to call your AI and making AI content, getting people to call your AI, and then the AI is the AI receptionist you are selling, but it's actually going to sell them. So they get to not only demo the AI agent that they may actually purchase and use for their own business, and the AI receptionist for you is going to act in sort of a dual purpose of not only letting them them experience it, but also selling them. The AI is going to sell them, and the AI agent that they call is going to push the leads to book a call with you, and then lead books on your calendar, and that's where you sell them, right? So we want a full calendar like this. Absolutely. Of course we do. Now, what are we going to say? All we want is for the people to call the AI. Now, there are a few things, like I've been hearing people say, oh, but I'm going to get banned from Facebook groups, or, oh, I'm not getting responses. You have to get smart. If you're not getting responses, then you got to change it up a little bit. So what I've always done is, and I was always gatekeeping this a little bit, but it's truly a method. I don't do it anymore, but it's a method. So what I'll do is I'll go into Facebook groups, right? Tampa Bay business owners, you can look up any Tampa Bay business owners, Austin business owners, San Fran business owners, California business owners, Nevada, Australia business owners. Like there's Facebook groups with hundreds of thousands of business owners in it. What I'll do is I'll micro niche. So I'll go plumbers in Florida Facebook group, and then I'll get 10,000 plumbers in a Facebook group, and I'll go in there and I'll say, hey, fellow plumbers, I'm struggling to get reviews, or I'm struggling to be able to take I'll say for the Ai Receptionist, I'm struggling to take all the calls I'm getting. I keep missing calls. I feel like I'm losing money and my business is sort of leaking a little bit. Does anyone have any ideas? Then tons of people will comment. So many people will comment. And then you'll make a follow-up post right after that, a day later, saying, hey, everyone, thank you so much for your responses. Everything's fixed. Lead flow is crazy. And then you'll get so many plumbers who reach out to you and are like, hey, what's the method? Like, what'd you learn? Hey, like, I can help you do it. Actually, I learned it all. It'll cost you like $400, $300, whatever you sell it for. In my case, $500, but it'll cost you a few $100s a month. But dude, it'll be worth it. And you will get people. And a little bit deceitful on the front end. They don't actually care. Like, no one's going to be like, oh, you're not a plumber. But it's a great way to build trust and get leads. Now, I'm not recommending it, but I'm also sort of recommending it. And then next up, we have the AI content, pushing people to book a call with you. You can even sometimes like this is not my AI receptionist number here, but I could have put my AI receptionist number here and you guys would all call this number, right, by default. So I'll post social media content with my actual AI receptionist in it, and everyone who sees the social media will want to call a number. Like, what do people online do when they see a number? They want to call it and they want to talk shit. But in this case, they talk shit and the AI literally sells them. The AI, like, it's so witty and smart and awesome. They'll be like, you're AI. Why are you trying to sell me? And the AI will be like, XYZ business owner, the same way I'm trying to sell you is the same way I'm going to be selling for you. Would you not want me to be good at sales if I was selling for you? And then they're like, oh shit, that's pretty good. Maybe I do actually want you selling for me. And then the AI is like, yeah, damn right, bitch. No, I'm kidding. It doesn't actually say that, but it should say that. It absolutely should. That's the system, right? Tap out your inner sphere. Reach out to everyone you know. Cold call 100 people a day. Will take you 2 hours. Post in 20 Facebook groups a day. Post 5 pieces of AI content, and then don't do paid ads until you're making 5-10K a month. You can do all that. And the best part is you could hire one VA for $400 a month, and they could do the Facebook groups, the AI content, the cold calling. So it's like, you could literally just automate this. And I'll show you how to automate this at the end. So that's how you get book calls. And then sometimes I'll do a script like this. This is hit or miss, but hey, business owners, do you want to be the only business in your area who can take calls after 5 p.m. so that when all your competition is closed, you're getting 100% of market demand? I have an Ai receptionist who can take calls 24/7, never misses a call, sounds like a human, blah, blah. If you don't believe me, call it here. Boom, then they'll call it and they'll get booked onto my calendar. Now, those are the few ways that I like to get clients. And again, I'm sort of selling the Ai receptionist at the forefront of this for the most part, and then upselling or sort of just giving away these other 2 offers to retain the client. Now, there we go. That's how to get book calls. We want to get 7 book calls, so we're fully booked out on our calendar. And if we get 7 book calls a day, that'll be 210 book calls a month. Now we need to know how to sell those book calls. Now, the most important thing that you do is you don't actually sell these. You don't want to sell the AI receptionist. You want to sell the outcome of what the AI receptionist is going to produce. So I'll go to a business and I won't sell the AI receptionist, right? I'm going to sell the outcome. And down here we have the outcome. Forget about dentists. It doesn't matter about dentists. That was just the example for this. You can take the same approach with any business in the entire world. Just swap out the variables, but use this equation. Basically, you're going to ask these people, hey, how many extra calls do you think you'd get a day if you could keep your call hours open 24/7? Then the business owner will say, well, I'm already getting about 100 calls per day, 9 to 5. So if I could keep my call hours open after 5 p.m. when every other of my competitors is closed and this and that, and everyone's off work and it's time to call, I'd assume I'd get an extra 30 calls per day. You'd be surprised. Most people say right around 30 calls per day. And then you say, gotcha, 30 calls per day. So that's 900 calls per month. Yeah. You want to don't act like, you've done this a million times. That's 900 calls a month. And then you always want them to agree. They're like, yeah, that'd be 900 calls a month. And then you'd be like, well, how much of, what percentage of the calls that you get actually come in and spend money with you? And then they'll be like, well, 50% of the people who call us actually come in. And then you'd be like, okay, so that's, let them say it, 450 people who would come in. And then you go, yeah, 50%. Yeah, you're right. You want them to be the ones who are clarifying this and sort of batting it into their own mind, right? You don't want to, sales is not about being pushy. It's not about making statements. It's about lobbing things up and letting them sort of alley-oop them or dunk them into existence. So then they say 450 new patients. And then you say, gotcha. So if you could keep your callers open 24/7, you think you get an extra 450 new patients a month, assuming you could even handle that. And then they'd be like, assuming I could handle all that. Yeah. mean, that's what the math says. And then you say, gotcha, what's the least amount of money that those 450 patients could spend with you? Well, a cleaning is like $200 a month, not including x-rays, this or that. I'm like, let's be super conservative. Let's just call it $100. I know it's more than that, but let's just call it that. And then they'd be like, okay, fair enough. And then you'd be like, 450 times 100 per new client is 45, and then let them say $1,000 per month. Then they'll pull out their calculator, even though they know it's right, double check. Then you just said, so you think if you could keep your callers open 24/7, you can make an extra $45,000 per month. And then even if they can't handle another 450 clients a month, I bet you they could probably handle another 100, 200, 300 sometimes. And that'd be a big difference either way. And then it's like, yeah, they agree with you. And then once they agree with you, the closing line is, would you pay $1,000 to make $45,000 every month? And you're just putting them in the corner and force them to make like the only logical decision there is, which is yes. Right? And never say, would you pay me, right? Say, would you pay $500 a month to make an extra $45,000 a month, right? And it's like, it's a no-brainer. You'll be the only dentist open 24/7. The system pays for itself in a few calls. Like, you can look at this, but again, you just don't want to sell this. You want to sell the outcome, right? The outcome is $45,000 a month. What's the outcome of $45,000 a month? Let's take it a step further. What would an extra $45,000 a month in revenue do for you? Well, I'd be able to probably retire earlier, be able to save more money, be able to sort of go to Europe more often. My wife, loves, 3 months in a Tuscan villa every year, so we'd be able to do that. I'd be able to hire more people at the practice to be able to delegate things so that I'm not working 5 days a week. Maybe I'd like to work 2 days a week so I could spend more time with my kids before they graduate. Gotcha. Would you not pay $500 a month to get something that's going to completely change the structure of your business, generate you an extra $45,000 a month? That's going to allow you to, see your kids more and spend more time with them before they graduate and spend more time in Europe with your wife and retire earlier and do this and that. And then you just like, come on, he's a dentist and he has money, or he's a barbershop, or he's this or he's that, whatever the business is. He's a chiropractor. He has some money. He would spend $500 for that every day of the week, right? When you're 70 years old and you look back, are you going to be mad that you spent $500 a month and made tens of thousands of dollars or more of extra revenue? Because of that, you're able to hang out with your kids more and this and that and that. I think XYZ business owner, when you're 70, you would give up everything to be able to spend more time with your kids. I mean, you can't put a price tag on that. That's a little salesy. You don't even have to go there, but I'm pounding in the point. That's how you sell it. You don't do it by selling the service. You do it by selling the outcome that the service is going to deliver to the client. That's how you do it. Sales 101. Okay, so I showed you how to get the book calls. I just showed you how to sell the service. Now, how do we fulfill and retain it? No, it's not the most important part, but it is important. You need all three of these. If you miss one of these, none of it works. If you get book calls but can't sell it, you'll have nothing to fulfill and retain. If you know how to sell it and you know how to fulfill and retain it, but you don't get book calls, you'll never be able to do these things, right? If you get the book calls, you know how to sell the service, but you can't fulfill and retain, they'll all churn after month one, right? So you need all of them. Now, how to fulfill the service and keep the clients happy. Now, look, you have to understand, this is the business. Whatever business we're selling to is up here. You want to build the biggest and widest pyramid under the business. You want to build roots into this business so that they can never leave you, even if they wanted to, right? They don't keep paying because they want to. They keep paying because they have to. Your service becomes their lifeline. So when you sell the Ai Receptionist to them, you never want to sell 10 things. You don't want to go and be like, I have an Ai Receptionist, I have Google Reviews, I have a website, I have this automation, I have end, this, that. It'll overwhelm them. Find one offer and just get the best at selling it and give it to the exact clientele who needs it. That's what we're doing with the Ai Receptionist. That being said, we also want to have like 3, 4, 5 things that we can throw in for free on top of this that the business will begin to rely on, like the Google Reviews and SEO, like the website, etc. First of all, it's going to justify the price they're paying you, $500 a month in their head, like $500 a month for an Ai Receptionist, but $500 a month for an Ai Receptionist, Google Reviews, SEO optimization, website management, website hosting, custom built website. They justify the $500 a month in their mind even more tangibly, right? But then also they're logistically stuck with you. Like they're literally stuck with you. You've grown roots into their business, and cutting those roots would it'd be like pulling the rug out, like pulling this rug out from under their business, and their business would fall like a house of cards. It wouldn't be good. So you want to plug in the Ai Receptionist and then do these things. Now, how do you fulfill the Ai Receptionist? A ton of different ways to just plug in an Ai Receptionist into a business. I use GoHighLevel because it allows me to do a 97 unlimited plan, so they don't pay credits. I make 100% profit margins after the 97 a month. So I pay 97 a month per receptionist, and then it's amazing because I can just get 100% profit margins after that. And I'll tell them, like, anywhere else you go, you're going to spend hundreds of dollars a month in credits, and that's true. So it works out for both of us. Now, real quick, if you want this entire system plugged right into your business, we'll help you with everything. We'll actually do the fulfillment and retainment. So when you get a client, whether you sell one of these, we'll actually act as your fulfillment team for your agency, and we'll plug it into the business. We'll set all this up. We'll coach you, mentor you, we'll consult with you. You can speak with me one-on-one. You can speak with my team. We help people scale agencies extremely quick. So if you want that, go down below, book a call with either myself or my team. It's the first link in the description of this video. You'll learn a lot on that call, take a lot of notes, and you'll be speaking to literally myself, my partner, or one of our specialists. And yeah, if you want to get a 30-day GoHighLevel free trial, I'll also send you a lot of the system, including the Ai Receptionist prompt that sells your agency for you. So I'll send you, $12,000 in free gifts. So 30-day free trial, cancel anytime. That's down below. Free Skool community down below, and then a free website that you can steal from me is also down below. And I think you'll like that one a lot. Take it, use it for your agency. It converts extremely well. You don't have to give me anything or put your contact information, just giving it to you for completely free. I also have videos sort of how to build out the Ai Receptionist and build these tools out tangibly, if that helps you. So you can check those out on my page. And with all that said, I hope you found this video valuable, understand the system a little more now, and I hope to see you on another video. Go down below, book a call with me, and hopefully we can speak soon. Anyways, cheers. Have a great day. I'll see you later.